Hey guys, it's Alexa from the Breaking to Travel Writing podcast, and I am excited about today's website traffic challenge lesson. It's all about backlinks, and it's about creating quality backlinks to completely relevant content. And before we jump into that, I want to just jump back for a second and talk about Facebook threads. There are so many great Facebook threads out there, but they are time consuming and they're not always completely relevant to your website topic, to your current blog articles, or even your most popular content. So while these can be a valuable use of your time, there's other times where it can be a big waste of time or just time consuming. So if we take the concept of those Facebook sharing threads where we go in, we comment, we share, we stumble, and we do that in a more strategic way to also then give us backlinks to our most popular content, it becomes a pretty quick and very strategic way of creating some backlinks to your website. So let's jump into it by starting with an example. I've been in the process of writing several articles about a recent trip to Aruba, and I'm doing a whole guide on this. And the articles are doing really well. So if I want to continue to push this content out because it's doing well over a period of time, instead of jumping into a Facebook thread, like a commenting thread that will give me some comments and shares and things like that, if I take some time and simply do a Google search and I search for something like Aruba bloggers or Aruba travel articles, things like that. Once you do that initial search, you can scroll down to the bottom. You can check in here on related search terms and just kind of keep honing in and punching around until you start finding some lists that give you some suggestions for actual blog articles that have to do with your topic. So a lot of times you are going to have to jump past page 1 and 2 because a lot of times that will be either the destination itself, like aruba.com, or TripAdvisor, things like that. So when you get deeper in, past page 3 or 4, you're going to start to see more actual blog articles. And so again, I'm specifically wanting to create some backlinks to my Aruba article from other articles that are doing well. So you want to stay as close to page 1 as you can. So wherever that is, in this case, I think it was around page 3 that I started finding blog articles specifically about Aruba. And 2 examples I came to. One here is thequirkytraveler.com. It was on page 3, and basically what I want to do is just take a quick read of the article, and I then want to see if they have commenting enabled on their post. So as I scroll down here and I look through all these great photos, I see that yes, they do have commenting and it is enabled down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, quickly head back up. I'm going to go ahead and read through the article so that I can leave a thoughtful comment. And this part is very important because if you just simply say like great article and leave it at that, that's considered a bit spammy. But if you actually read through the article, you leave a thoughtful comment about something that they wrote about, or I could simply say, wow, paddleboarding, what a fun thing. I didn't end up having time to do that, but I did do some snorkeling, and here's where I did it. And I happen to have actually also, they saw this, I did the Jolly Pirates, and I did see this warship that was sunk off the coast there at the tip of Aruba. And so I could say, oh my gosh, I did that too. That was such a fun experience. Didn't get a chance to paddleboard. That must have been really cool. And either ask a question or, just leave a thoughtful comment that is a few sentences long at least. Now here's the magic. When I leave the comment, of course, I'm going to leave my name, my email address. I'm going to leave that nice, thoughtful comment. But here in the website area, I am not going to leave a link to my homepage. And I'm also, if Comment Love was enabled on this website, I would click that off and I would specifically leave a link actually to one of my Aruba articles. That's going to give me a link back from a site that is ranking high for the search term Aruba travel blogs or articles, I forget where I was, and then link directly back to another Aruba article. It's going to be more powerful for you. And, while I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and tweet them and, maybe share it on Google Plus or Pinterest or, open this up and see what other sharing, things that they've got going on. Maybe I'll flip it, something like that. Basically, it's good karma. That's the way I look at it, right? I'm leaving a link here. I'm taking the time. I visited their site. They're getting a page view from me. But why not just give them a quick little social share, right? You might make a new blogger friend. And, here's another example. Here is a pretty well-known site, right? The Blonde Abroad. And she's written an article about the ultimate foodie guide. And again, scroll down to the bottom, we're going to see that, yes, she has comments enabled. This has been shared a whole bunch of times, so it probably has a really good page authority. So again, I am going to leave a thoughtful comment. I went through, I did read the article, and I said I visited Aruba a few months ago and was lucky to have dinner at a tardy as well. Loved dining on the beach, such a treat. Didn't make it to West Deck, but it's on my list for my next visit. So it's clear I took the time to read the article, and it's a fairly thoughtful comment. And again, here, she has Comment Love. If I had clicked that, it's just going to leave a link to the most recent blog article on my site, which is not one of my Arubas. I actually want to come in here, and I want to leave a link to one of my Aruba articles, and I'm going to post my comment. And then again, I'm going to head over here. She doesn't necessarily need the share from me. She's got over 3,000 shares, but why not, right? We're still giving a little love. It's good karma. And if you go and do this, you can see this only took a few minutes of time. If once a day, twice a day, you jump in based on your 5 articles that are getting the most views on your website, the ones that you're continuing to try and promote because you've seen that over time they're doing really well, you jump into Google. You simply do a couple Google searches. If you just recently went to India, you could do like India travel tips. There's all kinds of different kind of search terms you can use. And then again, jump in. Oh, here's Journeywomen. That's a blogger. Global Gallivanting. Sometimes you'll find them on page 1. Sometimes you need to go down here into, page 2, 3, or 4, and then make sure to look at these related search terms. If you get into a search and you just don't find anything, well, that's when you might want to start, India packing tips. That would probably be a really good one. I'm sure that there's a lot of blogger articles about things like that. So this is a great way to get good backlinks to your website from relevant content back to your content about the same subject. So instead of spending time doing some of these threads, instead do your own Google search and do your own backlinking. Give them a couple social shares. You never know. They might just pop back over to your page and tweet out something of yours, or it's even a way to start a conversation. You can retweet their Aruba post, but then go into Twitter immediately and just say, hey, loved your post on Aruba. I was there too, a couple months ago. Love to chat about Aruba, or, ask whatever questions, start a conversation, right? It's great to have relationships with other bloggers, but it's so nice to make it bigger than just these social threads, actually create a relationship, a communication. And you will find some bloggers that will be genuinely interested in creating, social sharing with you on a more organic basis. So hope you enjoyed this lesson. I think it's a great way to quickly get some backlinks to your site. Just remember, never be spammy. Always leave a thoughtful comment and make sure to link back to a specific article that is relevant to the post that you are commenting on. And that's it for today.